Welcome everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine. So our today's lecture will be about that. So I hope you are doing practice of the previous lecture. So you know that this channel is run by Mr. Khavar from Multan, Pakistan. So I am giving you lessons about supply demand and it is for your benefit. So we will talk about CP and 3D in our previous lecture. So we have completed our 3 lessons, like 70% of our strategy is completed. So our next lesson is our IA and AQ. So IA means ignoring accumulation, and LQ means liquidity. So we will give you lesson on page, then I will give you lesson on live chart for that. So your first strategy is successful. After your 3 lessons, it is upon you have to practice, and if you practice then you will be successful by using this strategy. So lack of knowledge is very dangerous for your life, so you will be at loss if you don't learn from the lesson. We don't have the proper knowledge on these lessons or these courses on the tricks. You know what I'm talking about. So first strategy is, so the first strategy we see that is MS breaker. We will give you the lesson about the MS breaker, and then the market gave you the CP3D decision point, CP3D. So it is our first strategy, market structure breaker. We will remind you again that how market trends change and what is the decision point, how we can enter the market or not. So this is our first lesson, and the decision point, drop base drop or rally base rally, or rally base rally, drop base drop, so is at this point. So this is our second lesson. So our third lesson is CP and 3D. 3 things are completed. So now the market will be reversed from at this point. So this is our target, and your stop loss is at H4. Market strength is its own, so there is no tension, but I will prefer H4 and D1. So now the today's lesson is ignoring accumulation and liquidity. But same is, but if our stop loss is triggered, then how we can save ourselves and how can earn the profit and re-enter in the market. So this is about the first relationship. But now this is a market. If we go on a market will break, and our market gave us CP3D, and now this is CP compression 3D, and our order block is at this point, and this is, but the market is going down and then it goes up, and again we have the fresh breaker, and now again you have a decision point, and then again it will be CP and 3D. If you don't have CP and 3D, you can have liquidity and CP, it is must, and now it have CP and 3D, so you can buy from here, and their target and stop loss is there, and 20 pips down. So it is ignoring accumulation. If in market our stop loss is triggered, then 3D and CP will be convert into IA, ignoring accumulation. So if our this setup is failed, then it will be our IA. And the second thing is liquidity. So basically liquidity used on 3D. If we have 3D and liquidity, the both works same. Sometimes we have 3D and sometimes we have liquidity, but mostly we have 3D. So we have market at this point and it breaking at this point. So you are noting that market is going at this point and then down and then again up. Now it is equal from 1 to 5, like minimum 1 and maximum 5. If it has 2 to 3, it will liquidate, but you have to complete your compression. Keep that in mind. If it is in 2 legs, so your decision point is at this point and the market will check the customers will sell at this point, but the market go up and then it eventually go down. Liquidity means if we don't have 3 dives, then we find liquidity and done our target. This is our breaker and then market is at that point. So our order block is at this point, our point of interest at this point, and we also call it order block. Then market go up and also goes down. So minimum we have 2 points, then market eventually will go up, but at third point it will take order and will go high. Eventually it is our CP and then it is our liquidity. Then we go to our chart and find the assignment and we know what is our strategy. So this is our liquidity and now we have H4 time frame and we have liquidity at this point and breaker at this point. And now you see we have 3 drives these points, but we also have liquidity, but now liquidity will work at this point and our order block is at this point and we take the efficiency gains and it's our order block and the markets are always going down. So we have market at this point, but if we like example of USD, then it is our breaker and then we have 3 drive, but we will talk about liquidity. So we have 3 drive and make liquidity, and then we have compression and breaker and market takes order and it is going down. So it is a second example and third example of liquidity. So you see that liquidity is at this point, it is our order block and market is at this decision point and then it will go return. But someone said that what is the breaker at this point, so this is we working on to minor breaker. It is a minor breaker. So you are seeing these 2 points, these are 2 minor breakers and it will be a surely successful breakers. So there is also a fourth example. You see that it is our breaker selling and this is our liquidity, and you see that market is going up and it is going down. So you have to 20 pips apart from stop loss, the market done your target and this is liquidity. And another example is this is our breaker, this point, at this point, and it is a structured break, and this is the breaker, and you see that the market is giving liquidity and market taking off and it's going down, and we will decide that possibly market is at this point. So checking if we see about gold, then this is our breaker, this point, and the market giving us liquidity at this point, and this is our order, and then market is going down and your target is done. So this is about liquidity. Now ignoring accumulation IA okay, and then the entry when our entry is failed. So we can see the assignment at your screen. So this is our sell breaker, and we have order block at this point, and market giving us liquidity, and then market is going return back and market giving us breaker, and our SL is trigger and market is going up, and then market is going down. So we have order block at this point, market taking its order and then it is going upward, but our target is at this point. And another example is this is our breaker, and this is 3 drive, and this is CP, and market is going down but markets don't go down. So market give us new breaker, so we will trigger our stop loss at this point. Market return back taking order, and then it is going up at their original targets. If you have your triggered stop loss at this point, you have to enter at this point at really base drop. But if your stop loss is triggered 50 pips, then again market will give you pips. The more you do practice, the more you will understand. So you have to practice more and more. It is very simple, but you have to try and practice. Without practice you don't able to do this task. So this is our fish. Let's see. So our breaker is at this point. This is the breaker. Now market will back return, but now market is going upward. So our order block is at this point. Market will complete its CP and 3D, and then will market return back. So you have to understand each and every. So this is our breaker, is our 3D and CP. We have liquidity at peak, and this is our order, but our market don't follow these orders, and it instantly going upward. So we have breaker at this point, and now market again take its order and it's going up, but we don't have order at the upper points, but we have decision point at this point. Then market is going down again. So I hope that today's video will be informative for you. Give me your feedbacks. So keep me in your prayers, and remember to submit your assignments. My WhatsApp number. Server strategies is completed. So I'm waiting for your assignments. Keep practicing. Send me on my WhatsApp number. You can send me messages on my WhatsApp. I hope everyone will be doing fine. So Allah Hafiz. Keep remembering me in your prayers.